Michael Johnson just made it crystal clear. The Grand Slam track series is only getting started, and things are about to change in a big way. Fresh off the inaugural event in Kingston, where Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone and Kenny Bednarek electrified the crowd, Johnson isn't sitting back to enjoy the moment. He's already looking ahead, promising major changes, new formats, and a wave of star athletes for the upcoming Miami edition. His vision is bold, and if the start in Kingston is any indication, this could very well reshape how the world experiences elite track and field. The whole concept behind Grand Slam track was never just about another race. It was a rebellion. Johnson, a four-time Olympic gold medalist, saw firsthand how the sport had lost its spark between global championships. Athletes were disappearing from the spotlight for months at a time, and fans were left with nothing to latch onto. What sets Grand Slam track apart isn't just the hype, it's the structure. The format is built for drama. Events are spread across 4 major cities, and each race carries weight because there's more on the line than pride. Athletes are competing for serious money, $100,000 per win, and every event contributes to an overall championship. From short sprints like the 100 meters and 200 meters, to grueling 800 meters and 5,000 meters distance races, to hurdle events both short and long, the variety keeps both the field and the fans on their toes. That $12.6 million prize pool is no joke, and it's turning heads across the athletic world. The financial incentive alone makes this different from the usual Olympic or World Championship prep circuit. In Kingston, even though the crowd turnout wasn't what Johnson hoped for, the performances delivered, and the potential was obvious. Johnson wasn't shy about the shortcomings. He admitted the crowd wasn't as big as expected, and yes, there were operational hiccups behind the scenes. But here's what matters. He's owning it. He's not pretending it was perfect. Instead, he's making it clear that adjustments are already underway. "We would love to see more spectators here," he said candidly, acknowledging that building something groundbreaking takes time. But his optimism, unshakable. He pointed out that those who were in the stands were fully engaged. The energy from the fans that did show up made an impact, and he sees that as proof of concept. From logistical issues to tech setup to scheduling tweaks, Johnson and his team are taking notes. Everything that didn't go quite right in Kingston is going to be reworked, retooled, and reimagined for Miami. But let's not overlook what went right. Kenny Bednarek walked into the short sprints and walked out a double champion. The 100 meters and 200 meters were all his, and it wasn't just about the titles. It was the way he controlled the field, the way he performed under pressure, and the way he embraced the moment. His dominance sent a message. This is a new playground, and he's ready to own it. And it wasn't just the sprinters stealing the show. Emmanuel Wani, known more for his strength in the 800 meters, took a risk and stepped up for the 1500 meters. What he delivered was one of the biggest surprises of the weekend. Up against a stacked field that included names like Yared Nuguse and Cole Hawker, Wani held his nerve and claimed a stunning win. That wasn't just a personal milestone. It was a shot across the bow. It said loud and clear, these matchups won't be predictable, and anyone can break through. The energy in Kingston may have had its quiet spots in the stands, but it roared on the track. Melissa Jefferson Wooden was another standout, claiming the women's short sprint title and speaking passionately about what this series means to athletes like her. She didn't just show up to compete, she showed up to be a part of something bigger. And she made it clear this isn't just about one-off wins or cash payouts. For her, Grand Slam track is about building a platform that gives athletes consistent elite opportunities. It's about exposure. It's about being seen outside of the Olympics. It's about rewriting what it means to be a professional in this sport. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone echoed that same energy. She stepped into the series as one of the biggest names in the sport and backed it up with performances that reminded everyone why she's one of the greatest. And more importantly, she endorsed the mission. For someone who's already accomplished everything, her support gives Grand Slam track legitimacy and gravity. Her presence isn't just symbolic, it's momentum. Johnson knows it too. That's why the talk of big changes in Miami isn't just a bluff. He's already working to bring in even more heavy hitters. One name that's generating real buzz? Noah Lyles. While he skipped Kingston, insiders are already speculating about a potential Miami appearance. And if Lyles does show up, that changes everything. The idea of Noah Lyles joining the Grand Slam track series isn't just exciting. It could be the defining moment this event needs to fully capture the global audience. Lyles, with his gold medal swagger and massive fan base, brings a level of star power that even casual sports fans recognize. Michael Johnson knows that to elevate this series to the next level, it's not just about structure or prize money, it's about storytelling. It's about rivalries, comebacks, and big names going head-to-head in primetime moments. That's what Grand Slam track is gearing up to deliver. The hinting at Lyles' possible involvement in Miami isn't just hype, it's a strategic signal. If the Kingston edition was about proving the format works, Miami could be about proving the stars are ready to buy in. And once that happens, the momentum becomes unstoppable. One appearance from Lyles or someone like him could open the floodgates to even bigger matchups, setting the stage for legendary showdowns across all 4 events. As the series continues, one of the changes expected is in how athletes qualify and how the fields are formed. Johnson's team is already exploring how to make the matchups even more intense, more unpredictable, and more must-see. There are discussions about wildcard entries, potential relay segments, and even tweaks to race distances that could spice up the lineup. These aren't just gimmicks, they're tools to keep things fresh and exciting. The stakes are already high with the prize money, but introducing elements that break the mold of traditional competition formats could be the key to keeping audiences coming back. That kind of innovation is risky, but Johnson has always been someone who thrived under risk. He isn't building Grand Slam track to follow in anyone's footsteps. He's doing it to create a new lane. And in that lane, we're starting to see athletes who are buying into the vision. Not just because of the money, but because they feel respected. Take someone like Kenny Bednarek. He dominated in Kingston, but it wasn't just about medals for him. It was about showing that sprinters don't have to wait for a world championship to prove they're the best. He raced with purpose, celebrated with pride, and afterwards spoke about how Grand Slam track gave him a chance to race hard and be seen. That visibility is what every pro athlete craves, and it's exactly what this series offers. Athletes like Emmanuel Wani, who broke expectations by winning the 1500 meters, are a perfect example. His win wasn't just a highlight, it was a reminder that underdog stories still matter. And now that this series is rolling, more athletes are going to take those chances, knowing that Grand Slam track could be their moment. With every race, the format continues to show why it works. Unlike typical meets where most attention focuses only on the winners, the Grand Slam track format rewards consistency. Points aren't just about coming first. They're about showing up, placing high, and staying in the game. That's something that fans can follow across the full series. It builds momentum and gives athletes something to fight for every weekend. For the first time in a long time, track has something close to a league, a recurring, structured, and meaningful competitive environment that keeps fans locked in beyond just one meet. And Michael Johnson isn't finished tweaking it. Behind the scenes, there's a push to improve operations too. Johnson admitted that there were things in Kingston that didn't go according to plan. Technical delays, awkward transitions, and general growing pains. But the way he handled it matters. He didn't blame anyone. He owned it, and more importantly, promised to fix it before Miami. That type of leadership is rare in sports organizing. Johnson isn't looking to simply host races. He wants to change the way track and field operates. Another major component that could take this event to another level is entertainment. There's been talk of adding live musical performances, athlete interviews during breaks, and more dynamic coverage that includes athlete storylines and behind-the-scenes access. It's clear the goal is not just to make Grand Slam track a sporting event, but a full-on experience. The Miami edition is now shaping up to be the proving ground. Johnson's team is refining the production, inviting bigger stars, and possibly shaking up the schedule to maximize impact. He's even floated the idea of rotating main events per city, putting the spotlight on different disciplines in each location to give every type of athlete their moment in the sun. It's a smart way to keep things dynamic and fair. You might get sprint-heavy drama in Kingston, distance-focused fireworks in Philly, and maybe hurdles domination in LA. Whatever the formula becomes, the goal remains the same. Build something enduring that finally gives track and field athletes the consistent platform they deserve. The kind of platform that fans can follow and rally behind, not once every few years, but every few weeks.